Right then, welcome back. Welcome back to part 2 of Blackpool 2016. What a weekend, what a weekend. Literally been back in the house around an hour. I need to get a shower and get some rest because I am knackered. As you can probably hear, my voice has more or less gone. I actually lost my voice Friday night. So you've probably seen part 1, just footage I've just chucked together. Edited that on the way back earlier on. So this is now part 2, which will probably be up a few days after part 1, if that all goes to plan. So where do we start? I probably want to break it up into 2 parts, this video, make it easier. So there's the social side, and then there's the event. And I've got some gifts, pickups. I think I've got some pickups. In fact, I don't think I've bought anything. So we'll see how we get on with that. So anyway, social side, fantastic, really good. I've said before, I'll say it again. It's all about the meetup. The night before, the Friday night, booked the day off work. Went down with some fellow YouTubers. Now I don't know whether to try and mention names throughout the video because I'm bound to forget people, but I'm sure you know who you are, who I bumped into. Some new faces this time, so I'll probably, when I get to that point in the story, I'll probably mention their names. But yeah, I went with the usual crew and booked the day off work. Drove the Woodhead. You've seen the video before. The snow were horrendous, and we got to Blackpool about midday Friday. Had some dinner, got ready. Matt turned up all the way from South Wales metropolis, and we went over to the Norbrec around, I think, about 6:30, 6:45, and yeah, that's when the evening really began. It was packed, really busy, and loads of people turned up, so I will try and remember names, people that I've not seen before. So from the Netherlands we had Mark, I'm not even gonna, Lactobus syllabus prime, sorry, I do apologise, Mark. We had Custado. And then earlier on today I saw Walter, very briefly. I didn't realise you were there. So we had those. We had the 2 Welshmen from Wales, South Wales. We had Aidan Watkins, Game Taff, and we had Mark, and his YouTube name is, I should have really looked before, it's Retro Gaming Wales, retro, something like that. I'll pop links below. And yeah, not met those guys before. Really nice to meet and have a chat. And yeah, who else were there? I'm trying to think. Bad idea when you're tired and you're trying to think of names. Yeah, mind has gone blank. But anyway, we're all in the bar. We had a fantastic time. Probably drunk a little bit too much. Monkey Spaz 5000. Is it 5000 or 3000? Oh god, it's a bad idea trying to remember names. But James, Monkey Spaz. Yeah, I think, in fact, I have met the chap before. I met him probably last Blackpool. But yeah, that was that. Yeah, and we ended up going downtown. We went to the Irish bar Shenanigans. And big massive thanks to Pete on a retro tip, because he asked me if we wanted to share a black cab. I think there were me, Paul C, Pete, Aidan and Mark. We shared a black cab back to the Norbrec, and big massive thanks, Pete, because I think you did. You paid up for the taxi, because when we got back to our hotel, Premier Inn, we had nothing to pay. So I do owe you quite a few drinks now, so I am in your debt for that. So like I said before, Pete, if it weren't for that taxi, I don't know how we would have got home. We probably would end up walking. And yeah, I think got back to the hotel about 1:30. So yeah, that was Friday night, fantastic. You've all seen the footage. Saturday morning, got up nice and early, shower, down for breakfast, and then we drove over to the no break, parked outside, and yeah, we made his way inside. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the event itself and the actual building itself, the Norbreck Castle. I've got to say, I don't want to turn it into a bit of a rant, but the place is massive, it's huge, absolutely huge, and it could be something very nice, but it's just so run down. It's just unbelievably run down. It's a bit of a shithole, really, I've got to admit. The actual bar where we are, it unlooks the seafront, and Friday night watching the sunset, very romantic, and it's really nice, but it's just the place. It just looks from the outside. I mean, there were no signs at all telling people that there was a retro event on. So if you just happened to be driving past on the Saturday, you would not have a clue. And then when you went inside, there were no real signs or directions. We just wandered around for a bit, wandered down this corridor, which led us to this Minecraft room. Then we came back, and eventually we found his way in. But there were no signage as such. There were a couple of guys painting one of the main corridors. I don't know why they won't paint outside, because it really wanted a lick of paint. And on the way back we were reading some reviews, actually, really funny, and we were laughing his heads off, some of the reviews. But surely they must make a shitload of money from all the events that they have on. I don't know why they just put some money back into the hotel, because it really could be something nice. It's a big place, it's a big old place. Excuse me, voice is going. Big old place. So the event itself, pretty much the same as last year. I knew what to expect. I had little expectations last year, but this year I knew exactly what to expect. The main hall, dark, with lighting, music playing in the background, loads of games set up in the middle, a good selection of arcades. Although the ones that I wanted to play were either too busy, you were waiting around to try and get on, or they didn't work. I know I spotted Terminator 2 arcade. I was talking to Aiden about it, and then this chap came along and he turned it on and off, and it started working again. So we had a quick game on that before it crashed. That was quite cool. We had some modern stuff up in the corner, PlayStation 4. A few competitions. I think Retro Collect were there in one corner, and then off to one side was the market hall. I say market hall because, well, there must have been, I think there were three stalls selling games. The rest were selling plastic swords. 2 stalls selling fudge. No idea why they're selling fudge. I mean, it looked nice, don't get me wrong, it looked nice, but I don't know why you'd have stores selling fudge. Those stores selling Funko Pops, Amiibos, loads of cosplay stuff, and that were about it, really. It was really small, same room as last year. Wasn't a patch on what we've seen at Doncaster or Leeds. It was just, it just wasn't catered for retro gamers. Really disappointing. As soon as we walked in, I bumped into John, one MSX to go. Bumped into him Saturday morning. So this morning. Jesus, bumped into him this morning, and you could see it on his face. He just turned around and said, "Oh yes, disappointing." And everyone I spoke to said, "Yeah, market side is very disappointing." But you've got to, with stuff like this, it's up to you to make it what it is. I mean, we still had a good time, don't get me wrong. Friday night was fantastic, and the banter, meeting all the lads, all the other tubers. A couple of guys I forgot to mention, actually. A couple of guys came up to me, and they watch my channel. Oh, I forgot what they're called now. Team Chav. I think that's right. I'll try and pop a link below. and I think they filmed me, but I was just that tired and hungover. I did forget to film you. I did think about it afterwards, after you walked off, but I couldn't find you again, so apologies for that if you're watching. Right then, so pickups and gifts. Let's crack on with that. I've got a bag. I've not been in the bag since I brought it home. We'll start with the biggest gift, which is this guy. Richard Turner messaged me the other day, and he said, "Oh, do you want a Sonic X plushie? Send me a picture." And I couldn't really tell the scale of it, but yeah, this was there waiting for me on the Friday night. So big thanks for that, Richard. Frank absolutely won't leave him alone. I've had to bring him up here because he will rip him to pieces. He's not happy until something's completely dead. So, but he thinks that I brought it for him. So I've had to bring him up here. So big thanks for that, Rich. Okay, we've got a carrier bag full. No particular order. Okay, so this was like a bit of a trade. I gave Paul C a NES game, and in return he gave me Starwing. So I have played it before, but I've always wanted it. So yeah, finally got Starwing for the SNES. So that's that. Okay, you've probably seen what these are, because I took them out of the bag. This should be another one. There we go. Stu, to UK. Stu, I still owe you a pint or something in return. But in his last video, he showed the Sonic anthology. But I said I already had it from a kid, so Aidan had that. But he's very kindly gave me these. Now I have actually got 1, 2, and 3 of these. Possibly at my mum and dad's somewhere. They might have been thrown out, I don't know. But he said he won't sure if they worked or not. The plan is to make 1 out of the 2. Give it a clean up. And you know, it's the original Sonic the Hedgehog, so it's the best one. And it's one of these Tiger electronic games. I'm sure you've all seen one before, haven't you? So yeah, big thanks for that, Stu. Always like a bit of Sonic. Okay. So you've seen my artwork. Well, not my artwork. You've seen what I picked up before. The chap who did this artwork was there, Duncan Gutteridge, and I also took my original Sonic 2, the only complete official walkthrough Mega Drive guide, and I asked him to sign it, and you can see that he actually signed that. He wasn't too sure about signing, but I said, yeah, by all means, sign it. And as you can see, that's the same artwork. So very pleased to get that, and that will go with the rest of the artwork. Okay, another gift from Pete. He came up to me on Friday night and he said, "Oh, I've got you some Sonic stuff, Sonic Generations," and this came with the big box anniversary edition, I think. So thanks, big thanks for that, Pete. I have got Sonic Generations on the 360, and I was telling Pete, I've probably told the story before, but this game alone got me back into playing Mega Drive. I mean, I've always had the Mega Drive out, but it's just been gathering dust for years and years. And then when I decided to buy this game, I obviously needed a console, so I bought myself an Xbox 360 brand new for this game. And then I ended up comparing this to levels on Sonic 2, and that's how I got back into retro gaming. So I'm sure you've all heard that before. So big thanks for that, Pete. Okay. Late on this afternoon, Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock, Duncan Gutteridge was hosting a talk about, you know, drawing, illustrating Sonic, and this is actually a copy of some of the character style Sega of Japan sent him in the early 90s. So you've probably all seen these before, and in the video you probably saw it would have been Aiden Chris Novabug. Then behind me was Mark, Green Freeze, Mark, and no Walter, Mark and Gustavo, and on the end Dave Webster. Do apologise, Dave. Again, I didn't know you were there, mate. Would have liked to have spoke to you a little bit more than 20 seconds. But yeah, and I got a copy of that at the end of it. It lasted about an hour, so there's some footage in part one if you've not already seen that. It's just something nice to have. Yeah. And then finally, I was eyeing this up on the Friday night. It's Mario Paint for the Super Famicom. This is from Pete on a retro tip. And everybody brought like bagfuls of stuff on the Friday night and just laid it out on the table, and people were just, you know, helping themselves to it. So it's Super Famicom. The game's not going to work on the SNES, but the mouse will, and I could do with getting a converter anyway. For the game I won off Duncan, the Spider-Man game, so I want to try that out. So I don't know. It's always interesting me, this Mario Paint. So yeah, we'll give that a whirl. I mean, the box is a little bit battered, but doesn't bother me. So there we go. My voice is more or less dying. So that was a very tired, poorly presented, non-scripted, missed loads of stuff out. Part 2 to Blackpool 2016 at the Norbreck. Well, we said that we probably won't go next year, but we probably will, and I imagine it'll still be the same. I think while ever they're getting these big events, they're getting the money in, you know, they're just going to carry on. I don't think they're going to improve things as such. It would be nice to see a better variety of sellers, but I think that's where the markets excel now. Leeds, Doncaster. Now it's split into two. So we had Leeds in January, and then we had Doncaster in March. It's back at Leeds Town Hall again in July, I think. And then there's probably some more later on in the year. And really enjoyed the one at Doncaster, and I really enjoyed the one at Leeds because it's at the Town Hall. It adds a bit of atmosphere, and yeah. But overall, the event didn't seem that busy. I mean, the queue going into it wasn't that busy. Yeah, the vibe I got from other people was a little bit disappointing, but the social side and meeting everyone, that more than enough made up. Hopefully I've remembered everyone. Craig Minks, he turned up today, and I was just a little bit out of it today. I spoke with Craig for a bit. Dan Central. Don't think I met Dan Central before. Shocks were there. I'm trying to think of names. As soon as I stop this, they're just going to pop into my head. So I do apologise. It's always a tough one to try and, if you're going to try and remember everyone on who there on the night. Big thanks to my friend Paul Ellis on the Blackwheel UK, taking us in his car. I don't think I could have drove there today or drove back today. Just too tired. So that is about it, guys. So if you've not watched part 1, go back in time. This is part 2. Also like to mention that we did some more filming for our group channel, the Northern Tubers TNT. So that will be up probably around this time, the same time as this. So I'll pop a link below to that. And we did like a series of interviews, like really short 3-question interviews. And Carl received a presentation, CCR of TNT. So you'll have to tune in. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you go and subscribe. We'll be doing some more future streams, try and do one a month. And yeah, so there's plenty more videos to come from me. I'm normally sat down, but the place is an absolute hole at the minute. So, but for the time being, I need a shower, a cup of tea, and I just need some sleep. So, I hope everyone's had a cracking time. I know people are still there now as I make this video. Wish I could have stayed a little bit longer, but you know, you got to get back. Frank missed me, Mrs. missed me, so we're back. So I had a cracking time. I probably totally forgot stuff. I'm waffling on, so I'm just going to go now. So thank you very much, and I'll see you on, Cocker. I'll see you on.